AVC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. I'm going to do a quick entry into Steve over at All the World's a Stage. He's doing a Dylan's cover contest and also kind of a tributes and support for Gary. I won't go back into all of that now. Matter of fact, the link's right down there below. So go check out Steve's channel and this video, and you'll kind of know some of the stuff he shared about with Gary. But I just thought it was a really cool video. It was really touching, kind of showing your connections and feelings with Gary, and I just thought it was awesome. I just wanted to jump on board and show support and send all prayers out to Gary, as well as kind of support you and your channel in doing this contest. So what Steve wanted us to do was to basically share 3 of our favorite Bob Dylan covers, songs that Bob Dylan wrote that other people covered. So yeah, let me just kind of jump right into it. And I think the one thing you'll see about my picks, and this is typically the thing that pulls me towards which ones I chose, is that I think that obviously Dylan has written some of just the all-time classics, and usually the covers that really kind of attract me are the ones where Dylan wrote the perfect song, he performed a fantastic song, but the song had the ability to hold a little bit more than what Dylan put into it. And it could hold more without losing what was making the song special. And I think when I typically hear that in Dylan covers is when I really tend to just kind of gravitate towards them. So, I don't know, just kind of, again, my thought process of what goes on musically for me. But perfect example, kind of my number 3 pick here is Knocking on Heaven's Door by Guns N' Roses. And that really is kind of a prime example. They added a little more oomph, a little more punch, all of that, with Axl's vocal delivery and all of that, and the song could hold it without losing any bit of what it was. And I think that's a perfect cover of a classic by Dylan there. Next one I'm going to is Mr. Tambourine Man by the Byrds. I think that's just another absolute fantastic cover, and with what they did, Dylan doing more of his acoustic guitar, straight folk, and that type of thing, with some of the strings and harmonies and stuff that the Byrds brought into it. Again, the song could hold more, and the Byrds put more into it, and it never lost its path. The song never lost its path, and I just think it just took it to another level for me. So that's definitely one that has to go on my list. And last but not least, probably my favorite Dylan cover is by the one and only Jimi Hendrix. And it's always easy to default to All Along the Watchtower, because that might be the most famous Dylan cover overall. But I'm actually going with Like a Rolling Stone, and the live version he did at Monterey. That was really kind of one of the first songs that, if not the first song, that actually pulled me towards Hendrix. Like, I knew about Jimmy and all of that stuff, but I wasn't like, I didn't hear Jimmy yet. I wasn't feeling Jimmy yet. I just kind of knew Jimmy. And pretty much outside of like Hey Joe, I really wasn't listening to much Hendrix. But it was the first time I heard the live Monterey version of Like a Rolling Stone that just kind of showed me something that was special inside of Hendrix, and I went on to discover everything else after that. And so there's just something about that first 30 seconds or so of that song, the way he's playing the riff to it, like the groove and almost kind of funk that he was throwing into it. Again, this isn't over exaggerated, but it's just kind of something in there. Just that first 30 or 40 seconds of that song just completely took me in. So that's definitely my, I'm going to say my favorite Dylan cover right there. So those are my 3 covers, and there was one other thing he had in there was, he mentioned how his mother, who passed away a couple years ago, so definitely sorry to hear about that, Steve. But I guess her and Dylan share the same birthday. And so he just kind of said, tell a story about your mother. My mother is definitely a very, very amazing woman. And not just from the standpoint of like, your mom. And so, obviously your mom is great and that type of thing. But you know, she's always been one that's had a very, very good heart. Uh, Always the one reaching out, trying to help, trying to like sincerely, always trying to do the right thing. You know, she was a very spiritual woman. She was a, you know, for a little while when her and my dad split up for a while. You know, it was five kids and her growing up in a project. You know, Section 8 housing and the projects and the whole nine. And there was so much stuff going on around us at the time. You know, between just drugs, the whole just bad neighborhood we were in the whole nine. And she like kept us away from all of that. You know, she always put a strong emphasis on making sure that we were raised right, that we were, you know, raised in the church, that we weren't just going to fall into the environment that we were around. That just wasn't acceptable to her. And because of that, you know, none of us got locked into that, and none of us are still in that to this day. And you know, it was like there was really an amazing protective bubble that she was able to create in an environment that most people just wouldn't even think about, you know, just wanting to exist in, kind of thing. So yeah, you know, all the success my family has had and my siblings and all this other stuff, you know, she was the one that kind of held that together and did it based on a very strong faith. And you know, you can't thank her enough for that, because Lord knows there's enough parents out there that don't want to have their kids, and you know, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so moms is definitely incredible in that way, and so many more as well. So anyway, thanks VC for checking out the video here. Like I said, go over to Steve's channel. Like I said, the link's right down below, and jump on board this contest. It's a pretty cool one. As always, thanks for watching, VC. Let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.